Joe is on the line in, oh boy, I'm going to butcher this, Vacaville, California. Joe, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hey, Ken, this is Joe.
Hey, Joe, did I get that right?
It's Vacaville.
See, listen, I set the audience up. I knew there was several moments in that word where I could go wrong, and so at least it was only a vowel, so that's not bad.
Yeah.
Well, how can I help today, Joe?
Yeah, so currently I have this side hustle from my regular job, and I'm trying to figure out if it's a good time to kind of jump into that side hustle from what I currently have.
Okay. Well, let's look at the facts. What is your full-time job, and what do you make?
Full-time job is I'm a QC analyst in a lab, and I make around $90,000.
Okay. And what are do you have a pretty stable schedule, 40-hour a week type situation?
It's a graveyard shift, 410s.
Oh, wow.
10-hour weeks, or 10-hour days, sorry.
Okay. So 4 10-hour days.
Yeah.
All right. And then tell me about your side hustle. What is it, and how much is it throwing off to you in profit?
Okay, so the side hustle is it's a business that's built all around my my talents and my passions. So it's screen printing. I customize different merchandise. I also go around the schools selling T-shirts to kids and clubs and stuff like that. So and I'm around youth, and I coach. I volunteer coach for a high school, and I sell T-shirts. That's kind of like my angle.
Okay, so is your only product T-shirts?
No, I also have video game controllers that I make. So I enjoy tinkering with like different circuit boards, stuff like that, PCBs, and making and building. You know what Maker Faire is?
No, but that doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. I make different toys for different games, I guess.
Is it just you, or are you the only employee? You're the CEO and the only employee?
I am the owner. I currently have 4 people that help me out.
Oh.
That are employees. Yeah.
Okay. So what are you?
Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I just need to know, what are you paying yourself right now?
Myself, I pay myself around $2,000, and then it's around that number every month.
So $2,000 a month. So that's before taxes, or is that after?
That is after.
All right. So you're netting $24,000 a year on this. How much debt do you have, if any at all?
Debt. I have no debt, but if you take me and my wife into consideration, we have a student loan debt that's hanging there, and then we also have a morttage.
Well, I do take her debt into consideration. You guys are married.
Yeah.
So let me re-ask the question. Yeah. How much debt do you have? I'm not talking about the mortgage. The student loan debt is the only thing you have. How much is it?
That one is around $100,000.
Okay, buddy, that is a big, big mountain. How much does your wife make?
My wife makes more than $125,000 about.
All right. Well, now the good news is, while that's a big mountain, you guys have a very big shovel. So she's making, let's say, so what do you guys combined income? 90 plus, what'd you say she was? 110?
125.
125. Okay, so you guys are making really good money.
Yeah.
And so the question is, should I move into my side hustle full time? And my answer is not yet.
Okay.
Because your 90,000 plus her 120, you guys can knock out that student loan debt pretty fast. Do you have a target date to knock that out?
It's a 3-year target date. Yeah. We have
Is that aggressive, or is that kind of moderate?
It's moderate, putting 2,000 and then like every month towards that, on top of the regular payment.
Yeah, but you're making $2,000 just a month from your side business.
Yeah.
I just would challenge you. I would challenge you to put more than that, because if I could sit down with both of you at the dinner table in your house, I could come up with another $2,000. I'm pretty certain. Am I right?
Yeah, you're right.
Well, why wouldn't you want to knock it out in half the time? Here's why. Joe, if you knock this debt out in a year and a half, and you guys put that emergency fund, you do the baby steps that Dave Ramsey teaches. He comes on right after me. You know him.
Yep.
Well, buddy, then you can move into that business full time and grow it. But right now, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I would keep it on the side. You're in a situation with those 4 10-hour shifts that you've got some free time to be able to continue to grow this business and set yourself up and keep it cash, reward those people that are working for you, and pay this debt off in half the time. I'd like to see a year and a half from now be debt-free, and then putting 6 months to a year of expenses away, and then you step in, because by that time, hopefully you can start maybe doubling your salary from the side hustle, but that's still going to bring you $48,000 a year after taxes. That's still a pay cut, but you guys have planned for it. And then with you going full-time into the side business, then you can grow it. So I think that's the path. That's the path. Folks, listen. In this situation, for those of you that are in a situation like Joe, there's no rush. He's got the side hustle. He's turning it into a profit. It's doing good, but he's not ready to go full-time. And if you make that jump too soon, you could potentially hinder and affect negatively the future that you so long for. So stay with it, and the time will come for you to step into that full-time, and it will be obvious when you can financially easily step into it. It's not a burden. Even if you are taking a cut, you don't feel the burden because you've done the work, the preparation to be there.